Topic for this session is active and passive voice. What do we mean by this? When we make sentences, it's either we make them in active voice or we make them in passive voice. The active voice occurs when we use the actual subject, the agent carrying the action. When we place it in the subject position, then we'll have the active voice. But if we move the object of the sentence that is receiving the action into the subject position, so it becomes an agent, then what we have is the passive voice. We have a good number of reasons for using active voice or for using the passive voice. We use the active voice more when we want to place emphasis on the subject carrying the action. But if our attention is more on the action or even the object, we can bring the object to the subject position so that the subject is ignored or pushed to the background and attention is given to the new agent or the verb or the action of the sentence. But if we must change from the active voice to passive voice, there are rules we must follow. Now, just to show what we mean by active voice, we'll take a first example, and thereafter we begin to look at some of the things, the guiding principles that we have for active to passive voice conversion. So we'll take an example now. Take an example. Alright, let's even start with the rules so that when we start with the rules, the examples will start coming, because as we make the rules, I'll give examples to illustrate the rules we have for this operation. So first of all, one of the rules we need to look at is that for you to convert a sentence from active voice to the passive voice, the sentence must have a direct object. What do we mean by that? Let's take an example to illustrate this. So number one, that is the number one rule. Let's take an example that is for want to convert from active to passive voice, there must be a direct object. So if we have that, we can now say he took the ball. He took the ball. Alright, he took the ball. This is our subject now. This is the verb. And this is a direct object. A direct object. A direct object. So with this is possible to convert to the passive voice. So how do we convert that? We cannot convert to, we bring the ball to the beginning. So now the ball, and then we'll say, we'll explain why how this occurs. The ball was taken. We can either leave the subject or we put it as a completive element to the preposition by. Alright, so it will now be me. The ball was taken, okay, by him rather. The subject is he, so it will be by him. So that is the first rule that we must follow. But let us take examples of sentences without an object or without a direct object. Let's take the one without an object first. The bird flew away. Now, this is our subject. Flew is our verb with an adverbial particle. which is a preposition that becomes an adverbial particle. So we have no object to convert. So there's no way we can say something flew by the bird. It's not possible. So we cannot convert this. So this sentence cannot come in here. It is impossible. Now let's take a sentence with an indirect object. He gave me. Of course, there's a subject, there's a verb, there's an object, but this object is indirect. So it's not possible to convert it. We cannot say, I was given by him. It's entirely, it will convey the real meaning, I was given by him. It's like the person gave us out, you know. So that will make this not possible. I was given by him. It doesn't work because this is an indirect object. So that is the first rule we must know.